Alright guys, we're going to revisit an oldie but a goodie today. Now, a lot of you who've been following us or been coming in to see us over the years will have heard us preach this for a decade now. But we're going to revisit it today because there's so much, not misinformation, but there's so much information out there, as a proponent of one side of the story, that it doesn't get enough attention on the other side of the story. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is your lower back position when you are lifting weight, deadlifting, back squatting. Now, everybody talks about neutral spine. So everybody's focused on neutral spine. You should stay in a straight position when you lift something off the ground. Your back should be flat and it should stay flat when you stand up and stay flat when you go down. But what inevitably happens when people try to stay straight is they overextend. They end up arching their back too much because neutral spine is kind of hard for people to feel out. Now, it may be that for you, a bigger problem is that you should be trying to stay more rounded with your back. Now, what I mean by that is if you're in this position, it's a pretty weak position when you pull your shoulders back this way. If you're lifting heavy weight, it's going to pull you down and it'll undo this extended position. If, however, you keep the same distance from your belt buckle to your ribs, so from here, I keep this distance, but I flex a little bit with my upper back, so nothing changes position. When I go down here and I'm pulling up, there's no further that my arms can go down from there. It's not like my shoulders are getting pulled forward because they can't get pulled forward anymore. My back stays in the same position because the distance from my belt buckle or my belly button to the bottom of my ribs is staying the same through the whole motion. So your back stays flat even though you feel like you're rounding out. When I run through this cue and this tip with people every day in the clinic, it feels absurd. They feel like they're really rounded out through their back, but when you show them on video or in the mirror, it's actually straight all the way through. So the tip is try to limit the amount you're extending your back when you're trying to stay straight. Just try and stay in the same position you would be if you were standing. And by doing that, you need to create tension around that position, not try to pull back. Stop pulling back with your shoulders, stop arching your back to stay straight, just stay in the same position or even flex a little bit.